The legend of King Arthur is a captivating and enduring tale that has captivated the imaginations of people for centuries. It is a story that is deeply rooted in both history and mythology, making it challenging to separate fact from fiction. Let's journey through the legend of King Arthur, examining its origins, key characters, examining the historical evidence, and separating the facts from the fiction and its enduring legacy. The origins of the King Arthur legend are shrouded in mystery and debate. While many believe that Arthur was a real historical figure, the details of his life and the extent of his rule are the subject of much speculation. The earliest references to Arthur come from ancient Welsh and Breton sources, and they portray him as a warrior who defended Britain against invading forces, most notably the Saxons. The earliest written accounts of Arthur can be found in texts like the Historia Brittonum, c. 830, and the Annales Cambriae, c. 10th century, which mention a leader named Arthur or Arturus. However, these references are quite limited and do not provide a comprehensive narrative of Arthur's life or deeds. One of the most significant sources of the Arthurian legend is the Historia Regum Britanniae, History of the Kings of Britain, written by Geoffrey of Monmouth around 1136. This work provided a more detailed account of Arthur's life, including his famous sword Excalibur, his magical advisor Merlin, and his quest to unite Britain under his rule. The legend of King Arthur underwent significant development during the medieval period. It was popularized by Geoffrey of Monmouth's Historia Regum Britanniae, History of the Kings of Britain, written in the 12th century. In this work, Arthur is depicted as a heroic king who defends Britain against various enemies, including the Saxons and the Romans. This text helped establish the narrative of Arthur as a great and virtuous king. Here are some key characters related to the story of King Arthur. Arthur's queen, Guinevere, is a key character in the legend. Her affair with Sir Lancelot adds a layer of complexity to the story and contributes to the downfall of the Round Table. Sir Lancelot. Lancelot is one of the most renowned knights of the Round Table and is known for his chivalry and his illicit love affair with Guinevere. Merlin. Merlin is the wise wizard and advisor to Arthur. He plays a crucial role in many versions of the legend, using his magical powers to guide and protect Arthur. Mordred. Mordred is often portrayed as Arthur's treacherous nephew and a traitor to the Round Table, ultimately leading to Arthur's downfall. Certainly, let's delve into more detailed aspects of the Arthurian legend to separate facts from fiction. Facts, historical context. The Arthurian legend is traditionally set in Britain during the late 5th and early 6th centuries, a time marked by the decline of Roman rule in Britain and the incursion of Saxon invaders. Historical accounts suggest that this was a tumultuous period. Geoffrey of Monmouth. Geoffrey of Monmouth's Historia Regum Britannia, History of the Kings of Britain, written in the 12th century, was an influential work that introduced key figures like King Arthur and provided the Arthurian narrative with a semblance of historical context. However, Geoffrey's work blends historical accounts with mythology. Arthur as a warrior leader. The historical Arthur, if he existed, would have likely been a warrior leader rather than the noble and chivalrous king depicted in later medieval romances. His role would have been more focused on defending against Saxon incursions and maintaining order during a tumultuous period. Fictions, Excalibur and the Sword in the Stone. The story of Arthur pulling the sword from the stone to become king and obtaining the legendary sword. Excalibur is a well-known myth without historical corroboration. These elements are purely fictional and serve to underscore Arthur's divine right to rule. Merlin. The character of Merlin, the wise wizard who serves as Arthur's advisor, is a product of medieval romance and mythology. He possesses magical powers and has no historical basis. Round Table. The concept of the Knights of the Round Table is a fictional creation from later Arthurian literature. It doesn't have a direct historical counterpart. Holy Grail Quest. The Holy Grail Quest, a central theme in Arthurian legend, is a literary motif introduced in later narratives and doesn't have any basis in historical events. Lancelot and Guinevere's love affair. The romantic affair between Sir Lancelot and Queen Guinevere is a significant component of the legend, but is entirely a product of medieval romance and not rooted in historical fact. Camelot. The legendary city of Camelot, closely associated with King Arthur's reign, is a mythical creation of medieval romance and lacks any historical validation. The Grail Knights, the concept of the Grail Knights, including the pure Sir Galahad, is a later addition to the legend and is not historically corroborated. The Arthurian legend is a blend of history and mythology, and much of the story's details, including characters, magical elements, and quests, are the product of later literary embellishments and imaginative narratives. The legend's enduring appeal lies in its ability to bridge history and fantasy, making it a rich and endlessly captivating narrative. The legend of King Arthur has left an indelible mark on literature, art, and popular culture. Its enduring legacy is visible in various forms, including literature. Countless novels, poems, and plays have been inspired by the Arthurian legend. Works like Thomas Malory's Le Morte d'Arthur and T.H. White's The Once and Future King are notable examples. Art and illustration. Arthurian themes have been a popular subject for artists and illustrators, producing iconic images of Arthur, his knights, and the Round Table. Inspirational values. The legend of King Arthur promotes values like honor, chivalry, and the pursuit of justice, making it a source of inspiration for discussions on leadership and ethics. In conclusion, the legend of King Arthur is a captivating mix of history and mythology, featuring a range of iconic characters and timeless themes. While the historical evidence for a real King Arthur remains elusive, the enduring legacy of the legend continues to captivate and inspire generations, making it a cherished part of Western cultural heritage.